The 2024 MLB season is about 2 weeks away, and we are coming to you with some bold predictions for the 2024 season. We will have a two-video series covering the American League teams today and the National League teams in a later video. Let's get right to it. The Baltimore Orioles. Jackson Holliday has a disappointing 2024 rookie season with the bat, as he will be overmatched due to his young age. That's my prediction for this year. I still think he's a little young. I think he needs a little bit of more maturity in his body to be able to handle a full 162 game season and be able to produce at the major league level. Boston Red Sox. The Red Sox will win less than 75 games. The Red Sox made some small additions, but nothing of significance in the offseason. Giolito is now out for the year, and the depth with this rotation is horrendous. On the hitting side, they have a lot of question marks and hope for some guys to produce. The New York Yankees. Anthony Volpe steals 40 bases. Volpe last year, during his rookie season, stole 24 bases. In 2022, though, with the Yankees AAA team, he stole 44 bases. I'm predicting Volpe goes for 40 bases for the first time since Brett Garner did it in 2011 for the New York Yankees. The Tampa Bay Rays. The Rays finished below 500. I don't know how in the past few years the Rays have been able to win as many games as they have with the players that they have on their team. Some way, somehow, though, they find a way to do it. But this is the year that I think it finally catches up to them. They lost Glass now, Manuel Margot, Robert Stevenson, Andrew Kittredge, Jake Diekman, three big pieces in their bullpen. Luke Riley, which was a bench piece for them who produced last year for them, while only really adding Ahmed Rosario and Jose Caballero that are even worth mentioning. I think this is the year that it finally catches up to the Rays. Next, Toronto Blue Jays. Vladimir Guerrero hits 50 home runs. In 2021, Vlad hit the most runs in his short career so far with 48. This year, I'm predicting he hits 50. He has worked hard this offseason and lost some weight. He also mentioned in an interview that he wants to try and maintain and stay around the same weight all offseason, unlike seasons past where he would fluctuate up and down throughout the season. Cleveland Guardians. I believe Gavin Williams has the best year out of this rotation in 2024, and he positions himself to be the ace of the team in 2025. We all know the Indians know how to produce pitchers and always seem to have the next guy up. Gavin is a part of that list. He has put up great numbers throughout all his stops in the minor leagues and also with the 80 innings he had in the majors last year. Minnesota Twins. Royce Lewis hits 30 home runs, finally breaking out after being able to play a full season as a starter. Last year, Lewis hit 15 home runs in less than 60 games played. Before we move on, though, we would really appreciate it if you guys could hit that like button, comment down below which prediction you think will happen, and subscribe. This really helps us out with the YouTube algorithm, while you can also stay in touch with us and know when we drop our next videos. We are trying to get to 1,000 subscribers. We would really appreciate it. Thank you. Moving on to the Chicago White Sox. Eloy Jimenez finally has a fully healthy season, playing over 150 games and hits 40 home runs. That is my prediction. Eloy Jimenez hitting 40 home runs in 2024 for the Chicago White Sox. Eloy has always had the power to do it, but has never had a fully healthy season to be able to do it. Next, Kansas City Royals. The Kansas City Royals make the playoffs in 2024. That's my prediction. I think the Royals have made some sneaky moves to be in contention in the AL Central with the Guardians and the Twins. They added Michael Wacha, Kyle Wright, and Seth Lugo to the rotation. They also added Will Smith, John Schreiber, and Nick Anderson to the bullpen, while also adding Hunter Renfroe to that lineup. They will also see Vinny Pasquantino coming back from injury in 2023 that he suffered. Hopefully, guys like Michael Garcia and MJ Melendez could keep developing and help that young Royals lineup out. The Detroit Tigers. I am predicting Tarik Skubal finishes top 3 in Cy Young. Skubal was first called up by the Tigers in 2020 after being a top 25 prospect in baseball throughout his time in the minors. Every year he has improved with his best year coming last year, producing a 2.8 ERA with a 14.4 Ks per 9. He has had a bit of an issue with health the past 2 years, only throwing 117 innings in 2022 and 80 innings last year in 2023. This year, my prediction, he stays healthy, puts up numbers to be in the top three for Cy Young, and watch out if he could even win the Cy Young. Houston Astros. Josh Hader will not be in the top 10 for saves in 2024. Houston has an elite back end of the bullpen, which I think will lead to Hader losing some saves to Presley, which was the closer for the Houston Astros last year, and even Brian Abreu at times because they don't need to rely so much on Josh Hader. Moving on, Texas Rangers. I am predicting that two Texas Rangers will be in the final three of the American League Rookie of the Year voting. Evan Carter and Wyatt Langford. Carter was up last year for 23 games in the regular season and hit over 300 with 5 home runs in only 62 at-bats. Then went on to also hit 300 in the 2024 Rangers World Series run in only 60 at-bats. Langford is a consensus top 10 prospect in baseball. He was drafted in 2023 out of the University of Florida as a 21-year-old and has lit up the minor leagues in just 1 year, reaching up to AAA in just 1 year as well. The Rangers even discussed bringing him up towards the end of last year because of how good he was doing in the minors. Moving on to the Oakland Athletics. I think Mason Miller will become an elite closer. Miller is a top prospect for the Oakland A's that throws 100 miles per hour. He was originally a starter in the minors and when he got caught up, but dealt with some command issues leading to then getting moved to the bullpen. He has nasty stuff and should be the leader for the closer role in Oakland. Moving on to the Seattle Mariners. Their five starting pitchers, Luis Castillo, Logan Gilbert, George Kirby, Bryce Miller, and Brian Wu, finished with an ERA under 4, making it the best rotation in baseball in 2024. Mariners have been able to produce really good starting pitchers over the past few years, filling out 80% of the rotation with homegrown talent. They are young and they are just getting some experience under their belt. I'm in on this rotation, finishing as the best rotation in baseball this year. And lastly, but not least, the Los Angeles Angels. Mike Trout, I am predicting returns to MVP form, stays healthy, and wins AL MVP, reminding everybody who is still the best player in the game. Trout has had a tough time staying healthy over the past 3 years. Trout looks like he has lost some mass, lost some weight. I'm going to guess that was done on purpose to try to stay healthy and see if that helps. Thank you for tuning in. Please like and subscribe. Leave a comment down below which prediction you think will come true. Thank you for tuning in. See you on the next one.